Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu as-salamu alayka ya Rasulullah. Inshallah, we start by remembering Allah Azza wa Jal, Master of the universe and the Day of Judgment. And we send the Durood and Salams on the best of creation, Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. MashaAllah. How is everybody? Good? Fresh? MashaAllah. So yesterday we talked about loyalty. Nobody wants a disloyal wife or disloyal husband, business partner. And we talked about a mindset that everybody is going to let you down. Have the mindset, everybody somewhere down the line is going to let you down. Except who? Who was the first being that won't let you down? Allah Azza wa Jal. Remember Him, He's with you always. Second being that we said will never let you down, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And we went into detail about that. And we're going to explore this third being. What's the third being that won't let you down? Friends of Allah Azza wa Jal. Or somebody who has a relationship with you, there's nothing else in that relationship other than Allah. Not because you're a Chaudhry, not because you got a lot of money, not because you're handsome like I wasn't here, and I'll be hanging around with cool guys. Just the only thing between you is Allah Azza wa Jal. Then we finished yesterday on a concept. Yesterday we finished on a concept. One thing is that mindset. We're all crying. Majority of us are crying. He let me down. The business didn't work out. My partner let me down. As soon as he wasn't making money, he chipped. I'm not talking about your open brothers. Inshallah. Yeah, we had friends. My wife let me down. My husband found another younger bride. Dropped me. Expect creation to let you down. Then you won't cry. And you focus on three creations, three beings. Allah Azza wa Jal, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and the friends of Allah Azza wa Jal. So this third thing, then we finished yesterday on, you know what, let's have this concept, but let's focus ourselves on being this third being. Allah is Allah. There is no other creation. Nobody can be like Allah. Nobody here can be a prophet. However, each and every one of you can become a friend of Allah. Believe in yourself that you can become a friend of Allah because you are of the ummah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. To not have that hope, to not have that want here, you're doing injustice to the best of creation. And Allah Azza wa Jal made you the best of the best. And you have to believe and want to be the best of the best. So you don't live a life, everyone's letting me down. And let's how can I be the one who doesn't let other people down? So let's talk for the next 5 minutes or so, let's talk about the qualities of the friends of Allah. You can talk all night about the qualities of the friend of the Allah Azza wa Jal. But we've got to talk about two. Number one quality of the friend of Allah, he is sincere to Allah. That's why he has a relationship with you for the sake of Allah. Now look at your life now and think. This is now practical advice. This is we're sharing from our teachers. What relationship do I have in my life right now? There's nothing in it, only Allah. I don't like the guy, I don't like the brother, I don't like the sister, but I'm having that relationship with them for the sake of Allah. Not because of blood, not because of brotherly, not because of politics, not because of money, nothing else in it, just for the sake of Allah. And if you look at yourselves, and if you look at your life, and you look around who you're hanging around with, and if you have nobody, and you have to think about it, that's not you being offensive. That's not doing you justice of the Prophet ﷺ made you. Prophet ﷺ had nothing, didn't want anything. He was given the treasures, he was given Allah. He came back down from the Miraj for you and me. So what relationship do I have for the sake of Allah? Brother Shibris talked about some of the brothers here setting these things. I'm not just talking about here. I want to think. Now the brothers who are coming, helping the sisters, setting the carpets up, sacrificing the iftari a little bit, setting up, are they doing it for fame and name? If they were, they'd probably be in the masjid committee, but don't record that bit, yeah? But I'm not joking. Are we doing the work in the masjid to be, yes, I have a position here? So we don't know what's in people's hearts, but you can see, for example, okay, let me do something. Just for the sake of Allah, I'm going to clean the carpet here, for example. I'm going to clean the streets around my community for the sake of Allah, because a Muslim is clean and he helps the community, for example. What more? You build on something first, yeah? Then, okay, I'm going to do this work. So these brothers and sisters who are setting up every Saturday doing this, sometimes they might not like each other, but they keep coming up. Some people may not be pulling their weight. They don't say, I'm not going to do this because he's not doing his bit. Because if you start doing that, then your own intention starts getting corrupted. So in every moment, which relationship do I have which is halis? What act am I doing? There's nothing in it, just Allah. And that also goes with your relationship with Allah. This point one is sincerity. How many times do we turn to Allah when we've got problems? Someone's ill. I've got financial problems, mental stress. Yeah? I can't find a wife, I can't find a husband. Allah give me. As soon as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you, you're off. You're chipped. Until the next problem. There's a blessing in that as well. There's a blessing in that. But how many times do we go to Allah just for Allah? Not for the want of heaven, not for the punishment of hell. How many times do we engage with Allah? How many times is Ramadan, time for barakat, I want a reward. Give me. Allah is going to give you. But how many times have we come? You know what? Regardless of reward, I am turning up for the Salah of Fajr. Not going to be a Jummah Muslim, not going to be a Ramadan Muslim. Again, I'm not saying anything wrong. There's different levels. Bring more relationships in your relationship with Allah and creation for the sake of Allah only. Second quality. So what was the first quality? Absolute sincerity. Developing sincerity. Doing something just for Allah. Having a relationship with somebody for Allah. Allah wants you to make ties with your relatives. Now, this guy gives me a lot of trouble. You know, every time I go to him, he's gonna bring up all the past. But Allah said, keep ties with him. You know, I'm going to keep my tie with him just for the sake of Allah. So that's powerful. Because you don't want to be in his face. You don't want to go and see him on Eid day. But I'm going to go. I'm making this commitment. You have to think about it, engage it, write it down. You know, you can write the family's name down that you want to engage with. But just keep it private. Yeah. I don't like this person. I don't want to see him. Every time I go, he's harmed me, he's done this to me. But Allah wants me to keep ties with my family. I'm going to visit him for your sake, Allah. Just between you and Allah. This is how you build that relationship. Now, second quality. And I'll start with your second quality. Friends of Allah, I'll give you this statement. A friend of Allah gets on with everybody. A friend of Allah, I don't get on with that guy. I don't get on with this person. I'm not going to set these carpets up because he's there and he annoys me. I'm not going to do this charity because that's the brother collecting it. He annoys me. A friend of Allah, a wali Allah, gets on with everybody. A friend or foe. How? The quality of friend of Allah has is in the service of people. He's in service, the welfare of people. And to get on with people, you have to be active. One of the biggest awliya that they mention in the Quran, after the Prophet Musa Islam's time he spent with Sayyidina Hidr. alayhi salam. What was he in? He was busy in the service of creation, helping the orphans. So how much of our lives here are we in the, see, look how these two now unite, yeah? I'm in the service and making things better for other people for the sake of Allah. It's joining your sincerity and your engagement with the people for the sake of Allah in service. And that's what the charities are. Orphans, helping somebody. Because you cannot be a friend of Allah and an enemy of the people. It doesn't mix. It doesn't mix. A friend of Allah is in the concern and the engagement of the welfare of creation. And that's where you find Walayat. You're not going to find it sitting at home, not engaging with people. Your sincerity gets tested when you go help someone and then they can't give you anything back. You don't want praise, you don't want money, you don't want them to have your back after. I'm just doing it for the sake of Allah. So inshallah, I'm going to finish on this. Keep to my time this time. Shabriz, was that right, yeah? Yeah, no, none of this, yeah? MashaAllah. Inshallah. Shabriz, you want to do the dua?
Also, if you could make dua for the advance and the moments.
Okay, thank you, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So, look, I'm not one who can make du'as. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is listening to your du'as. Yeah? You are sitting here, you in sincere for the sake of Allah. So, come into the presence. Let's raise our hands. Yeah? Allah is with me, seeing me, hearing me. Let's praise Allah. In your own hearts, praise Allah, the greatness of Allah. Just reflect on the greatness. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Send durood and salams on the best of creation. Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because that brings barakat in your du'as. Because you're praising the one that Allah loves the most. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad nabiyyi wa sallam. Allahumma ya Rabbi bijahi Sayyidina Muhammad ibn Abdullah sallam. Ijma baini wa baina Sayyidina Muhammad ibn Abdullah fi dunya qabla akhirah. Oh Allah, ya Rahman, ya Rahim. Allah, you forgive us. Allah, forgive me for lifting my arms up here with insincerity. Allah, through your power, make us sincere for your sake. Allah, make us people who are your friends and just want you for you. Not even for the reward of heaven, not for the fear of hell. Allah, make us halis people, sincere people who work for you, love you just for you, Allah. Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Allah, make us people who are in service, who have in service of creation, have the concern and the welfare, because that was the concern of the Prophet ﷺ. Allah, give us some of that concern. Allah, allow us to be busy in that concern for your sake. Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Allah, bless all those brothers and sisters, from the innocent ones sitting here and the elders here. Allah, through this sincerity, accept these du'as. Everybody is suffering some way or another, because we're here for tests. Allah, alleviate, you know your people, you know your creation. Allah, whatever troubles they're going through, all the du'as that have been requested, the brothers and sisters who have passed away have not even seen this Ramadan. Allah, give them the blessing of this Ramadan. Allah, give them the blessing of, give them a share of all of the good deeds that the brothers and sisters here are doing. Allah, all of those who wanted to be here, our brother Arfan, who had every intention to be here for Tarawih, is now in hospital with his son. Allah, give his son full shifa. Allah, ease the pain of the father and the mother, Allah. Allah, give them strength in these difficult times, Allah. Allah, give everybody who is in any difficulty, financially, mentally, health-wise, Allah, alleviate their pain and give them the strength to bear these tests, Allah. Allah, we are not even able to withstand a prick on our finger, let alone any test. Allah, save us from any tests, Allah. Allah, if from your fadl and grace and your wisdom you put us in any test, Allah, don't burden us with something that we will fail, Allah. Allah, give us the strength to remember you always, in good times and in bad. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin nabiyyi wa sallam. Whatever is in the heart of these brothers and sisters, for their du'as are sincere, you know us in their hearts. Give them the goodness of their du'as in their hearts. Surah Fatiha. Alhamdulillah. Amin.